that really brings us to what can possibly be the Russian game plan here, the Chinese thought process here. Let's put that out for our viewers in terms of some of the calculations that both Russia and China have. Let's first talk about the kind of calculations, Kremlin's calculations in this entire game plan. There's been an effort to reach out, but what is it that's really holding Putin back right now? Let's take that out one by one. The traditional hold of Russia has been challenged in this region. It has been done so ever since Bashar al-Assad was removed and Russia did not support him. And this is another instance where the Russian hold has actually been challenged. Next, this is very important, that the comprehensive treaty that was signed between Russia and Iran does not include any military reference. And this has been said by Vladimir Putin just 2 days back in St. Petersburg. And that just tells you the kind of position that Russia is likely to take, which may not be so military in nature. Next is that Russia now pretty much produces most of the Iranian Shahid 36 drones. So the peak of the military engagement that Russia and Iran had was possibly in 2022 when they gave the drones, and since then Russia has been able to manufacture them locally, so that military dependence has actually reduced of Russia on Iran. Next is that there is no duty to supply any military aid to Tehran. That's a clear thinking now within Russian camp, and that is a clear calculation that Kremlin has in terms of how they see it, because they do not want to also, the next is they also don't want to completely overturn their relationship with Israel. It's a long relationship, but it's also a complicated one. There are a very large number of Russian-speaking Jews who are in Israel. They are very prominent. They have a sway in the local politics there. And in the backdrop of that, Russia needs to be very careful about how it wants to continue to have an engagement with Israel. Let's move ahead now to talk about the Chinese conundrum that exists. Another ally that's been talked at length about how much is he going to support Iran? Will China come and back their Iran here? Let's put that out. What are the conundrums that China faces in this region? First and foremost, it does have deep economic interests in Iran. The hub and spoke model that Belt and Road Initiative is all about, a key hub of that is actually Iran. A lot of money has gone there, but it does not have the same military hold. So you have a deep economic presence, but if you do not have commensurate military hold, that exposes you to be able to play a major stakeholder there. Next, they have a lone base in Djibouti, which is their only military capability in that entire region. So there's been a lot of talk about how much of power projection China can really do. Well, not much with just one Djibouti there. Next, in terms of the positions itself largely as a diplomatic counter to America in the region. So it's largely about diplomacy that it sees, that how it wants to position against America in the region. But last and most importantly, which is that Beijing's power hinges largely on optics. So they want to keep talking about it, that they're very relevant in the region. They have huge presence, whether in terms of big economic engagements, but in terms of optics is what it matters. In terms of capability, it's very limited, because military engagement and military capability is something that China has very little of in that region. And that tells you the kind of thought process that's currently on both between Russia and China, and how much are they likely to actually back Iran there. And this, of course, now brings me to talk about what exactly some of them did at the UNSC. They talked a lot about what American strikes have been and what Israeli strikes have been in UNSC. They wanted, both Russia and China wanted to take a very firm position at the UNSC, but that hasn't happened so far, viewers. Let's play out some of those sound bites, both of Russia and China, to understand the context in which we are talking.
Своими действиями Соединенные Штаты открыли ящик Пандоры, и никто не знает, к каким новым последствиям это может привести. Выступая в этом зале уже трижды за прошедшие 10 дней, генеральный директор МАГАТЭ Рафаэль Гросси предупреждал, что удары по объектам иранской атомной инфраструктуры могут иметь абсолютно непредсказуемые последствия и создают огромную угрозу ядерной и физической ядерной безопасности не только в Исламской Республике, но и для региона и мира в целом. Однако Вашингтон совершенно не заботит ни радиологические последствия, ни угрозы для жизни и здоровья огромного числа мирных жителей, включая женщин и детей, в регионе и за его пределами.